Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
You know, there are a lot less school shootings than you would think. Well, it's true. I mean, go, everybody out there, everybody listening to this cold open, go out.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Go and look. Okay, this is some red pill bullshit. This is some severe red pill, like a bright red flashing pill. Go look up a list.
Crimson pill.
Go look up a list of shooting incidents that are all tragic, and even one is too many. But go look up a list of shooting incidents. The list is full of college students shooting each other in parking lots, security guards' guns going off by accident. When you get down to it, there's like very few school shootings that are actually what you would classically think of as a school shooting. Little, the more you know for you there. Do 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 do.
Oh my god, what the fuck are you doing?
It's true.
The fuck did you do to our comment section? I'm not saying that you're not correct.
But aren't we in a America where we have to all just clutch to the truth, no matter how damaging it is, no matter how damning it can be? Don't we all need the truth in this country right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The truth is like the worst thing right now.
So did you know that there's a shooting every day and it's all terrible? Okay.
Oh my god. Wow.
Like,
so what do you want the real cold open to be? Oh, go ahead.
I don't have anywhere to go after this. Like,
so what do you want the real cold opening to be?
Gee.
You know, you know what? There's not a lot of in this country. Klansmen. You know, the Klan is actually very small.
What?
Say what?
What? Bullets going into Jews? How much darker can you potentially?
Oh my god!
Hold up?
Jesus Christ! Nobody said anything about that. Good God.
Oy
But
vey.
yeah. You ever notice religious schools never have school shootings? You have church shootings and you have school shootings, but you don't have religious school shootings. You would think that would be like the middle of the Venn diagram.
Ooh.
But no.
Oh my god. Why? All of this is getting edited out.
yeah, no, none of this is usable.
This is worse. This is somehow worse than the editing that I need to do for Soy Boys. Like by leaps and bounds.
Well, I mean, don't you mean the editing you have to put off on our intern? But...
No, I have to edit all the Soy Boy stuff.
Oh, you don't have Elias doing your own personal work for you? I have him picking up my laundry, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, by which I mean picking it up off the floor.
And then taking it to the laundromat.
No, I just wear it again.
Mm.
But you know, you leave
Does
it down.
he dress you?
Yeah, he dresses me. Yes. Oh man, the things that boy has seen. All right, so speaking of things that young people have seen, where do we go with this?
Okay, no,
this is your fault. You have to dig us out of this.
I don't have to dig anything out of anything.
You keep suggesting cold opens that go only to terrible places.
We have to warm up to dropping the F word. You can't just do it straight out the fucking gate.
All right. So, Abysmii.
Yo.
Why don't you do a cold open about drafting restraining orders in cases of domestic abuse, and tell us what's the worst case you've seen. Go ahead.
Well, I've only drafted 2 restraining orders, and neither of them were domestic abuse cases.
What were they for?
They were just for general harassment. Basically, former employees were trying to return to their place of business.
They were trying
and,
to George Costanza it up, or
I mean, they were trying to you have files I need. Give me my personnel file. I'm going to sue the fuck out of you. Which you can just get that through a subpoena. Pretty easy. Just go to the labor commissioner. Yeah. So no, sorry, that story is boring as shit.
Well, I hope you're happy. You have
make one up?
You've done a terrible cold open, and it's all your fault now.
Okay, I'll accept that role.
No. Okay, we're not accepting it. Make up a case. What is the fun? Hey, Abysmii, lawyer supreme alien, tell us your favorite restraining order.
Well, it's not a restraining order.
Use real names. Use real names of actual clients when you make this up. Go ahead.
It's
Buckley
not a
v.
restraining
Vallejo.
order case, but it's
Buckley had a restraining order against Vallejo. Valero. He wasn't allowed to go to the gas station anymore.
God damn it. The gas station wasn't allowed to go to him? I don't know.
Yeah, the gas station cannot be within 500 feet.
Now that's an idea.
Yeah.
What if you get portable gas stations?
Isn't that what your car is, basically?
Called tankers. Gas tankers.
Abysmii, is it legal to get a restraining order against a building?
No,
Why not?
because it's not that it's not legal; it's that it won't be accepted at any courthouse.
Is it legal to get a restraining order against a courthouse?
Ooh.
Yes.
Can't subpoena me if I have a restraining order
Sweet.
against the court.
Awesome.
Well, no, because
We're
you
learning
could
some
subpoena. Subpoenas are personal service. You don't have to go through the court to do that. You could a courthouse could say you are no longer allowed in here. So that's essentially a restraining order. But I'm more interested in the fact that can you get a restraining order against a haunted house?
That would be nice.
Because there was a case involving a house that was sold to a couple, and I think it was not properly disclosed to them that it was haunted.
Oh
And
my god.
They sued the fuck out of that real estate broker.
That it was quote-unquote haunted. Okay.
And it's a very short opinion, too, the one that was written. But probably not the judge, but the law clerk that was writing the opinion snuck in about a dozen Shakespeare references that are very obvious as well. They're not even like obscure lines. They reference Macbeth, they reference Hamlet, and that shit was fun to read.
As you'll see on document 2B. Wait, not 2B. Sorry. It's actually 3A.
Not quite that, but close. Yeah.
Oh boy. Can you get a restraining order against a ghost? And I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for a friend.
Can someone get a restraining order against DP, or at least half of him?
Yes. I mean, if they allege half ghost, but they can be proven as a natural existing citizen, then sure. You can identify as a ghost and still have a restraining order against you. There you go.
Well, even though I'm only half a ghost, I identify as all ghost.
That's fine.
There are
for
various
purposes
perks.
of the state, you're insane,
Yes.
and there's restraining orders can be brought against you.
So basically, you're translucent?
Somewhat, yes.
I got you, motherfucker. I got you with a stupid fucking joke. You fucker.
I see it now.
Oh.
I see where you're going with this.
Okay.
Fucking terrible.
This is a way better cold open than the 50 we had to throw out.
I'm not happy with any of them, but this'll do.
Yeah, if you want to hear the cold opens that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon. Join all of our Patreons. Abysmii's going to set one up.
Man. Don't give us money, and don't listen to the thing that has been deleted forever.
All I'm saying...
No, you're not allowed to say anything else that starts with the phrase, all I'm saying is...
Okay, the minimum amount of what I'm speaking of is...
All I'm getting at is if we take the things and do the things to the things, we wouldn't have any more of that thing.
Wow.
If
I didn't expect
I
didn't expect to go that far, but okay. That's okay. Well, I mean, we were trying to lighten things up, but DP just put that right in the grave, right in the dumpster there. So why don't we just that shook me. I don't know. I don't know if I can work with you anymore after that.
Oh my god. Guys, what the fuck is wrong with us tonight?
Are
This
you
is
guys
the second
drunk?
time
Are you guys
Slimebeast is
drunk?
quitting.
Are either of you drunk?
No.
That's
No,
the
but I'm
problem. That's the problem
Okay.
right there.
Hold up. Sorry.
Great.
I just heard something big and meaty hit the desk.
I'm back.
All right. Are you ready? We're all ready to actually be entertaining. Okay. Do we want to segue to what we're actually doing? Since we're not going to find any natural segue in anything we're saying.
No.
Oh my god, yeah. No, this is an off night for us.
Pardon me. Sorry. I figure if it's already an off night, what does it matter?
No. Let's let me down this. Let me just chug this, and this should make it better.
All right, chug. Abysmii, can you get a restraining order against the train?
You could get one against the train operating company, and so therefore, yes, its trains would not be able to come near you.
Would it have to like screech to a perfect stop if you just walked out on the track?
You would have to like live report to the conductor. Holy shit! Stop quick! He's in Michigan. Look out!
Excuse me. I'm standing on this track. I don't want you within 500 feet of me. Hello. Don't blow your whistle at me.
I am. Oh my god! I'm gonna lose my fucking certificate so quick.
Good. More time to record.
Your alien. Wow. So
You're an alien. Fuck you.
So that's what happens when you drink half a bottle of wine in a minute.
Oh, god damn it. Welcome to the episode where a dead pallet literally dies. Becomes full ghost.
Full ghost, yes.
You never go full ghost. Alright.
Because then things aren't tight enough.
How many hours should you drink a full bottle of wine in?
I would say an hour and a half is a good enough time to get down a bottle of wine.
You wouldn't say you should drink a bottle of wine in about 15 hours, maybe?
No,
okay.
I would say an hour and a half.
Okay. You wouldn't say you would take a 15 hours Tumblr blog.
You know what I could do is I could pour me some more wine out of this bottle into my mouth.
If you could sing
Singapore.
If you could sing and pour it into your mouth, that would be amazing.
The bottle's empty now.
Wow.
It was only half full, but
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Cash's last song. But yeah.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What? Too soon?
No.
If this is the worst, I'm saying it right now. This is going to be the worst episode ever. So
It's going to be fine because half of it's never going to exist.
That's true. Good luck. Good luck, Elias. Yeah. But...
You got so much work cut out for you.
I am sincerely sorry, Elias.
It's going to be that thing where you're editing and you realize, oh, no, can't use any of that. And then you like spend 10 minutes on 2 minutes and go, nope, can't use any of that. And just over and over and over again.
I can tell that Elias is going to be taking a lot of breaks playing Purple Place. You know, that Windows game that, is like the one game he's allowed to have on his sleep pad. Where you have to
we did take solitaire away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean cards, obviously.
Well, they have swords, and Elias's parents aren't thrilled with that.
Right.
Yeah, and the gambling implications,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and he won't play Minesweeper because it frightens him.
It's
so.
too violent.
Yeah.
Those jump scares. I mean.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
If you live near Shiloh, Alabama, do not let your power go out.
All right. Length medium. So we are on the 15 Hours Tumblr blog reading creepypastas off the site, also known as short horror fiction.
Also known as...
Yeah.
I'm a resident of Shiloh, and I am begging everyone who lives in this area to heed my advice. I know some of you may be affected by Irma worse than I have, but please understand that I'm not trying to steal attention. This is a real warning. The hurricane is nowhere near as dangerous as what happened happens when you let your lights go out.
All right, so I'm already triggered by the hurricane.
I was about to say.
I like the idea of Irma just being a person. I know some of you have been affected by Irma.
Yeah.
Getting a restraining order against her.
Yes. I myself am not a person who's easily offended by that, but depending on how this goes, it could end up being tasteless.
Yeah.
Abysmii, can you get a restraining order against a storm?
No.
Why not?
Because, well, I mean, yeah, you could.
Fucking hell. This is a kangaroo court. Abysmii.
This is why you're not a lawyer.
You could. It just, I mean, are they going to send the sheriff out there and be like, all right, look, Hurricane, you're coming a bit too close inland. Turn it around.
The state senator is like barring the door to not let the hurricane in. God damn it.
Well, I mean, like, the government already does so much stuff. Like, you're telling me they can't get a restraining order against a hurricane?
No, you can. You just can't enforce it.
Why not? That's just laziness.
Yeah.
Well, that's the ineffectiveness of the judicial system. Welcome to my world.
Do you ever notice we get worse storms?
Oh, go
ahead.
I thought you were from a different world. Oh my god, that was a terrible joke.
God damn.
I'm clearly not drunk enough.
Give it 20 minutes. It'll hit you like a fucking brick.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
Just
of being
like
hit
the
with
one-
bricks, we have a storm pasta to read.
Just like the one that went through this dude's house during Hurricane Irma.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. It's been a
Storm
rough
Pasta
week.
did go through his house. Oh my god, fucking Jesus Christ, Reed, please.
It's been a rough week, I'm sure you all know. The storm has wreaked havoc across the southern states, and Alabama has been able to escape the torrent for the most part up until yesterday. Since then, the rain has been pouring down, and the streets are rivers of rushing floodwaters. Power lines are down all over the city. Nobody can go anywhere without risking being stranded in the middle of the storm. Isn't the middle of the storm the calm part?
Yeah, the eye, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the idea of a brick flying through your window during a storm, and it's got a note attached to it because you have a restraining order against the hurricane. But yeah. The note is just like, whoosh. You know, oh, damn it.
The hurricane has one against you, and it's like, I'm coming to your town. Get moving.
I'm coming for you. Most of my neighbors packed up and headed north, but I don't have the money to spend on a trip. I'm waist deep in mortgage debts, if you must know. So I've been isolated in my home since last night without power. And, good God, I have seen some shit in that period of time, floating down the rivers of water.
Is this just going to be a modern person who has to deal without electricity and internet for an extended period of time, going slowly crazy?
I looked
Getting
down,
out to read
my phone
books.
was dead. No!
I'll tell you this, man, internet addiction is a real thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've gotten significantly better about it. I don't think I am now, but there was a time when, like, if the power would go out, I would kind of go stir crazy in like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, woof, can't deal.
You're like, Chelsea, come over here and make modem noises. Yeah, there you go. So this is...
It is a pretty okay remake. I wouldn't say it's above. It was around 4 o'clock that the power went out this morning. I'm not actually sure what the exact time was, since all my clocks are digital, and they all shut down at the same time. But I know the sun rose about an hour later, so it's my best guess.
All right, fair enough.
But you're not really sure it was an hour later, because you don't have any clocks.
Plot hole. 0 out of 10. Worst story. I was watching TV when it happened. Before the storm hit. Okay. The rain had been pretty docile up until that point. During the weather update, the storm suddenly turned into a downpour within a matter of minutes, and the power went out almost immediately. The wind howled as I turned out the window and saw the power line sagging a few inches from the ground. And as I got up from my seat and walked towards the window, I saw that the tree in my next-door neighbor's front yard had been completely uprooted. It had knocked down 2 poles further down the street, and as a result, power had most likely been cut off from the whole neighborhood. Okay.
I mean, this sounds more like the description of a tornado, coming up quickly, whereas a hurricane, you have a lot of time basically when a hurricane comes, you're sitting there waiting for your power to go out. Because, like, you're hearing the wind, you're hearing the rain, you're hearing the storm, and you're like, any minute now.
It kind of sounds like a tropical storm. One did hit where I used to live about, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. Very, like, freak storm. They don't really hit where I used to live very often. But it did just, like, for maybe about 15 minutes, just knocked out all the power, broke a bunch of shit, and the downpour was, like, just completely unexpected, and there was really powerful winds. And then it was over. Which, yeah, that doesn't really sound like a hurricane. But
I hate those freak storms because you have to go out and clean up all the freaks off your lawn and roll them up into garbage bags. And...
It's the freak storm.
God damn it, no.
Freaky stormer!
No.
So, like, is a freak storm...
Did you say daily stormer? What?
I said freaky stormer. Okay.
It's like a freak storm. Is it like an orgy?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. It's just get all the freaks out there. Mm-hmm. Do they have... So I guess they have tropical storms on alien planets?
Well, on some of them, not the arid ones, but yeah.
Okay.
How can you tell on your alien planet? How can you tell a freak storm from a regular one? Ha.
Well, the freak storm, everyone's clothes go everywhere, and you have to have Elias come and pick them up.
God damn it! Now I may be poor, but I'm not dumb. I should probably start reading the story. Oh,
yeah.
Now I may be poor, but I'm not dumb. I'd prepared for the storm beforehand. I'd stocked up some bottles of water, batteries, a flashlight, and canned food. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And set up my old gas-powered generator in the back corner. Actually, I'd like to go back on that first statement. Well, fine. Just write something and then go back on it, fine. Don't edit it or change it. I'd put all those supplies in the basement, which had no windows whatsoever, and was in complete darkness. Likely to be flooded, too. I am incredibly dumb, it seems.
So, Abysmii, if you're if you're one of those lawyers, and this, okay, I'll ignore that. And you had to send a paragraph uttered in court, would they have perjured themselves? It's like
if the cross-examining attorney wanted to press it for impeachment and have it considered, yeah, He didn't say it well. If they were under oath, then possibly yes. Actually, not really, because they said, hold on. And then it's kind of iffy at that point. If the lawyer ignores it, they'd have to go back on the record and do some stuff. If they press them on it and caught him in the act, which is bad, then possibly yes.
What would happen? Go ahead.
I clearly saw this person murder my whole family. Wait, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's tantamount to perjury, I think.
What would happen if somebody was on the stand and they just said, I didn't not kill the victim with no knife, like just a bunch of double negatives?
The examining attorney would say, I need you to more clearly state that so everyone can understand what the fuck you just said.
Okay, and then the guy says, oh, sorry, I'll say it more clearly. I didn't not unkill the...
just enunciates even harder.
Then the judge would turn to them and say, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't stop fucking around, probably.
And then the guy says to the judge, I don't not understand.
Then the bailiff would come and probably start beating him with a nightstick.
And then the guy says, don't not stop hitting me, it doesn't not hurt.
And then he would sue the court, or rather, I guess, the city at that point, or that'd be the state. Yeah, it'd be the state for harassment, battery, and all that good stuff.
Interesting. So can you get a restraining order against the bailiff during the court session?
During? Probably not, but eventually, yes.
Let's say a guy is on trial, okay? He's found guilty of murder. The judge says, bailiffs, take him away. Right at that moment, a lawyer stands up and says, Your Honor, I have some restraining orders here against the bailiffs. They're not allowed within 50 feet of my client.
No, because they would have to have been brought up beforehand, at which point they would just get reassigned. And you can't do them on the fly because it requires court approval. So you'd have to, have one mostly filled out, get the bailiff's name, fill it out, have someone run it down to the clerk's office, hopefully somehow expedite it by some miracle, then bring it back, and then the minute they come up to you, just say, no.
Okay, what if they're about to arrest the guy, they're about to take him away, the bailiffs are about to take him away, and the lawyer stands up and says, Your Honor, I don't not have no bomb under my jacket. What if everybody in the court just starts doing that? What are they going to do about it? Nothing they can do.
I love this idea of restraining orders just being a cure-all to all problems.
Yes.
What if you have debt collectors and then you just get a restraining order against your debt collectors?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can't.
I'm sorry to say that you have a tumor and it. Oh wait, this is a restraining order. No, never mind. It's not allowed near you. Okay.
You have a restraining order against the bullet company, and if someone shoots at you, police are legally obligated to get in between you and the bullet.
Goddamn. Perfect. That is perfect.
Now you touched on something here. If everyone just had restraining orders from everyone, we would all finally, as a species, leave each other the hell alone. We just got world peace right there.
Everyone, you need to go out and file a bunch of superfluous restraining orders. This is the legal advice of an alien from another planet.
That's actually how
not legal advice, and I didn't say it.
That's how the Purge really started. Was somehow through like obscene amounts of chance, all the restraining orders expire on the same day.
Ooh, yeah.
They have to be renewed the next day.
Oh my god. Can I get a restraining order against a stabby teen if they show up in my windowsill?
Possibly. I would assume so.
Yeah.
Especially if you donate to the Creepypasta. It's probably over by the time this goes up.
Yeah, probably.
And it's successful, because every one of these handsome people went out there and... Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm picturing there are some people right now who are weighing in one hand. Do I donate to the Creepypasta field guide and get an actual book? And they're weighing in the other hand. Do I donate to Mr. Creepypasta on Patreon and get nothing? Let's see. I gotta, I really want to just...
Do I spend that all on legal fees for restraining orders against those people I don't like?
Abysmii, when you open a Patreon, you should offer your patrons restraining orders.
You guys are gonna get me fucking fired.
No. If you get a restraining order against firing.
But
the concept of firing?
Yes.
What? Okay, can you get like a bounding order, like the opposite of a restraining order?
Yeah, that's called marriage.
Aw, shit.
Oh, and with that, I'm gonna go get the rest of my whiskey because fuck this episode.
Oh damn. Whose turn is it to read? I guess we could go on without him.
Did something? Okay.
He's gonna get a restraining order against us.
This is where he works is going to get a restraining order against him. In any case, I had to go down there to start up the generator, or at least get a flashlight. But when I say it's dark, I mean that it's completely and utterly black. I'm not exaggerating when I say that you couldn't see anything down there. Do they have basements in Alabama?
I would assume some people must. I would think anywhere you go, there's going to be basements from somewhere for some reason.
A lot of older houses, for instance, California do, but most these days don't because they're just not needed.
And it is a lie. Again, we've caught him perjuring himself because he says you can't see anything down there, but you can see the darkness. So.
Well, and he said I've seen things that freak me out. So if he couldn't see anything down there, then yeah.
Abysmii, can you get a restraining order against the night itself?
No, but you can shoot a magic missile into it.
Oh, okay. It's your turn to read, buddy.
Oh, boy. All right.
Magic restraining order!
Go! I started the walk down the stairs, feeling the railing for grip. You know when you close your eyes while going down a set of stairs and you always stumble when you reach the last step because you think there's still another one below it? That was me the whole way down. Each step creaked loudly and noisily, as if they would break at any second. I was surprised I could distinguish it from the deafening sounds made by the rain and wind outside.
I would say, and I'm not being facetious here, this story is #relatable.
Yeah, I mean, we're full of shit, but it's not because the story is bad or not entertaining or anything like that. We're just idiots.
Yeah.
And I do have to nitpick a certain thing here, which is a very small nitpick, which is not really a nitpick at all. That feeling when you're on the last step and you're not sure if there's another one below it. I know that feeling, as we all do, but he says that was him the whole way down. So, like, from the first step, he was like not sure if there was one below. It's just like the entire way down. Is this the last one? No. Is this the last one? I can't remember.
No,
are there 2 steps down to the basement? I don't know, or just 1.
Yeah, he would think that maybe 75% of the way through, and I could see that, but not the entire way down.
All right.
I think that's what they're referring to.
Right.
It's 75% of the way down. Or so.
Exactly.
Eventually, I made my way down, and I leaned against the wall with my hand. That's a good thing to use, as opposed to other body parts. I tried leaning against the wall with my dick, and it disappeared into a crevice.
I put my forehead square against the wall and started turning in circles. I eventually fell down the stairs.
I tried to lean against the wall with my dick, and I found the glory hole to my neighbor's basement.
And now I wish I hadn't.
It was
Channel
duplex.
0, Season 6.
Channel 0, Season 6. Dick hole, dick hole, dick hole.
That's like Channel 0 and an American Horror Story crossover episode.
Dick hole with the return of the tooth creature. But yeah.
But it's also the video for Helena by My Chemical Romance.
God damn it.
It's the ultimate crossover.
Oh.
Most ambitious crossover in history. The crossover between my basement and my neighbors.
You thought The Avengers was the biggest crossover in motion picture history. I leaned against the wall with my hand to try and feel where it turned the other way. I was slowly making my way toward the corner, taking note of the texture of the wall so I could find my way back out. Suddenly, I felt my toe smack against something hard and sharp-edged. Oh, so he's barefoot. Good idea in a storm. If you're in a hurricane, don't be barefoot, because you might have to do some shit.
Okay, in general, if you're going into a dark basement, don't be barefoot.
Right. Swearing, I let go of the wall and clutched my throbbing appendage, crouching on the floor.
All right.
Then I checked on my toe, but bump.
Then I heard the creaking.
As if something were sneaking. Oh.
It came from somewhere behind me, probably from the stairs. My heart raced. I heard about how people go crazy and start looting places in a disaster. The last thing I wanted was someone stealing my things while I was down there. Against my better judgment, I called out into the pitch blackness.
Yeah, by the way, after Hurricane Florence, in the days following when there was no power like this, one of my neighbors went out, driving somewhere, and I said, where are you going? And he says, I'm going to get some guns in case there's looters. So I was like, oh yeah. So I went in the house and took a hammer out of the drawer and put it by the front door, and I was like, you only get blowback when the job is done. Hammer's good enough,
I wrote a sternly worded temporary restraining order.
Yes.
Dear looters, hammer will use.
Can you get a restraining order against looters in general?
Sure, why not? I'll allow it.
Could you imagine being served with that restraining order? Like somebody just being, hey, what the fuck?
That's a
Why
good
do you
question.
think I'm a
Can
looter?
you get a restraining order against a class? Because there's class action lawsuits. Can you get restraining order? I don't think you can, but that's an interesting legal concept.
Oh, man.
I don't want no fast food workers ever coming near me again. Restraining order.
Yep. Well, that's okay, because they're going to be robots soon. So.
No goddamn Taco Bell employees are allowed within 200 feet of me. I don't like them. They smell like stale lettuce.
None of them properly Mexican. I know.
Oh,
Mexican.
wow. I want a restraining order against people who stand there real quiet for a long period of time and then lean back on their heels and go, yep. I hate those fuckers.
I don't need no internet. Not in my life. Oh.
All right, so we heard creaking. I think that was...
Into the pitch blackness, and then someone saying hello. It's you.
Oh, it is really? What the fuck?
No. That's not what happened.
I just read.
Then I heard creaking. It came from somewhere behind me, probably from the stairs. My heart raced.
I just read that.
Yeah.
I just read that.
It's, you know what?
Good job, Rich Evans.
This episode was going so perfectly until this point. So I guess, is it my turn?
Yes.
I say hello. Okay.
How far have we gotten into stories so far? This is...
Third?
No, I mean, like, this is our 18th story?
Maybe.
Oh,
Well, not
something like
story,
that.
but episode, yeah. Because we've done more
18
stories.
Yeah, this is our
Yep.
18th episode. We've
Alright.
we've had 17 good ones. Fuck you.
Okay. So,
18 good ones because we had episode 0.
that's true.
So
So-
fuck you. We've done great.
So this is where I read the line hello, right? In quotation marks? Okay.
Yep.
Hola. Go ahead.
As I spoke this, the area fell deathly silent.
The elderly. Can you get
The
a
elderly
restraining order
died.
against the elderly?
I wish. That'd be the first thing I got restraining orders against.
Wow.
Wow, ageist much? Could you get a restraining order against the concept of silence?
No. Because the restraining order, if anything, encourages silence.
The cops have to just constantly stand outside your house and hum and make noise.
They have to constantly be shooting guns by your ear.
Yes.
Are we inventing some weird SCP?
Yes.
Yes.
An SCP that's just a restraining order.
It's a restraining order whose subject of the restrainment constantly changes, and you have to monitor it and then act accordingly to it, or else like something bad happens. So
Oh man. Yeah, it has the conditions on the restraining order that are constantly changing, and if those conditions are violated, a group of police in unmarked uniforms appear out of nowhere and escort somebody away, never to be seen again.
oh boy.
And the whole time, the police officers are just doing our job.
Yep.
Just
And-
doing our job.
On one occasion, it was some Canadian Mounties for no reason. But yeah.
Well, no, it's regional. It depends on where you are.
I
Yeah.
see. I see.
Yeah.
But in one case, it was in Alabama, and it was Mounties, and it was very confusing.
We're down here helping with the hurricane, don't you know? But yeah.
Oof. All I could hear was the muffled whoosh of the billowing gust of wind from outside.
Is anyone there?
Still, no response.
I stood up and found my way back to the wall, now with a slightly more hastened pace. Soon after, I found the corner and swung around it. I knew it was a straight line from here to the supply chest, and then the door that led to the generator. Cautiously, I tiptoed over what I assumed to be boxes littering the floor, almost losing my balance a few times.
Huh. Okay, back to serious shit. How on board are we with the idea that you wouldn't know that if there were boxes on your floor, though?
I mean, how long in advance did he prepare for this? I'm guessing not very far, so he would have kind of known about the state of his basement better than this. However, if he's like some lazy slob who has never really paid much upkeep to his basement, maybe he just saw the boxes and went, I don't care. So I can forgive it for now, but it is iffy, I guess.
I was wondering if he just has like a mess of cats, and so the boxes just are constantly moving, shifting around. Boxes just go walking by. All right. This is Abysmii, I believe?
It is. After a few minutes of stumbling, I finally reached the chest. I undid the hatch, and lifted it open, sticking my arms in and rummaging around for a spare flashlight. Intentional misreads are fun.
Hey.
Amidst the rustling of the colliding batteries and cans,
The cans.
I thought I could hear a faint pattering on the wall behind me. I dismissed this and breathed a sigh of relief as I retrieved the flashlight and flicked it on.
You got nice batteries, babe.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock some batteries and cans around tonight.
Some batteries and canes?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you flick the flashlight on just in time to see a box finish sliding across the floor. He does have cats.
Tons of cats.
It's a cat seller.
Can you get a restraining order against the moving box? I began to panic. Hello? I called out. You're trespassing on private property. Whoever's there, I have a gun in here. And I'm going to use it legally if you don't evacuate the premises immediately.
I have a restraining order against looters.
Does anyone ever say, put the money in the fucking bag? I'm going to use this gun illegally if you don't do it.
Yeah, and since they're in Alabama, what he does is he inserts the gun up his ass because that's illegal. But, yeah.
I get what they're saying here because it's good etiquette to be like, I have a gun. This is private property. I will use this if you don't leave, but it's just the phrasing is kind of weird. I'm going to legally use my gun if you don't get out.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the police officers from Idiocracy. Where
this particular individual.
This particular individual.
Oh man.
I do love the use of legally, if you don't evacuate from my premises immediately, which is like, I'm imagining they're taking out like a Smith and Wesson, and on the side of it says NAP.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like something that they tell you in like a gun course to it's like, now if you want to legally be able to shoot someone.
I see.
Yeah.
I feel threatened in my home and or domicile. Please leave.
Yeah.
But
You go to a Taco Bell and you're the last in line and you pull out your gun. I'm feeling threatened by how long this line is. If you don't move, I will legally evacuate you from the premises with bullets until I can get my taco.
Yeah.
Immediately make this food more authentic.
Damn.
I will evacuate my bullets from the chamber.
What if you have to use the bathroom and you have to evacuate? You just point the gun at your own bowels.
You point the gun at somebody's dick. I will evacuate these bullets into your private property.
Oh, man. But I think this guy misunderstood when he went to pick up moving boxes. But okay, anyway.
Sure. I didn't have anything of the sort. I hoped whoever it was hadn't realized that.
I waited for several minutes. After seeing no further movement, I decided to turn around and get to the generator as quickly as possible.
This is turning into Slender.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The protag feels rather incompetent, and I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Oh my god, no. I could have sworn I saw a vague outline of a black tendril in my periphery as I swung around to face the door. Holy shit. I called it a sentence before.
Or you read ahead and you're lying. No.
I really didn't.
I turned on my video camera. I had to get this on tape. I used WASD to move.
I had to make sure that whoever was there didn't steal my 8 pages.
Yeah, exactly. That's the explanation for that whole thing. Is those pages belong to the person playing. He's just trying to get them before Slender takes them. Yeah. I don't want you looking at my art.
For my manuscript.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I didn't. I could have. No, sorry. Grasping the freezing metal handle, I pulled it open and shined the light inside. Cobwebs littered the place, with mouse droppings and spider moles peppered all over the walls and floor. I put the flashlight in my mouth and brushed away the debris, looking. Oh, okay. Wow.
I don't understand.
Wow. Yeah. I'm fucking dumb. My brain went to he put it in his mouth like kids do to make your head light up, but no, it's not what he did. God,
Jesus Christ, Abysmii.
I put the flashlight up to one ear and looked at it shining out the other. But yeah. So I grasped the metal handle and I looked for the handle, and also I don't know where we are.
Well, I'm trying to get a handle on what's going on.
He went across his basement, it sounds like, or just to one portion in particular, got the flashlight, turned around, is seeing the general layout, and now is looking for a handle. And yeah, we don't know what that handle is attached to. Maybe generator or something. Slender Man! I don't know.
A rustling noise came from behind me. My heart beat rapidly as I felt around the machine for the pull cord.
Another rustling noise. Close.
I exhaled as my hand touched the plastic handle of the pull cord, then sharply took in a breath as I strained to pull it.
It took in a breath, damn. The rustling was now only a few feet away from me.
I pulled, almost throwing my back out. Nothing. It was cold as ice.
It grew louder.
Come on.
I pulled again. Nothing.
Come on.
Silence.
Please just start! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
I wrenched my arm into the doorway and yanked as hard as I could.
My heart skipped a beat as I heard a series of snaps. Then the basement was filled with the familiar cacophony of internal combustion. So he has the generator in the basement. I hope you have the windows open in the storm, or you're gonna fucking smoke yourself
there's
out.
no windows in the basement, as he said previously.
Oh, well. So he has a generator in the house. That's not...
Maybe he's going through internet withdrawal, and he's trying to suffocate himself.
Oh, that could be. That could be.
That's the twist.
You see, I have a restraining order against suffocation, so I'm fine. But, yeah.
I have a restraining order against Windows.
95.
Yes.
Just Windows 95.
Bing, bing, bing.
No. Get away from me with that.
Is it my turn?
Probably.
Sure.
I leaned back and breathed a sigh of relief as I inhaled all the fumes.
Finally, I can get high and pass the time in this hurricane.
All right.
As the generator buzzed away.
Oh, it took off.
But the relief didn't last long. I didn't use the high octane. It wasn't until I'd cleared my mind of the fears of looters that I realized that something wasn't right. There were no windows in here.
It hit me like a pile of bricks. It was the brick wall. It collapsed in on me. No, it hit me like a pile of bricks.
Come on down to John Palestine's house. Realty of
What?
realtor with no windows.
Just
windows
stop.
for your house.
Just stop. None of us are on our A game this fucking episode.
No.
Joe Palestine gets arrested on some, random charge, and as he's going to the police station, he sees somebody with a free Palestine bumper sticker, and he's like, yeah, thanks!
Yeah. Free me.
Oh, God.
I didn't
Have a
do
restraining
nothing.
order against Israel.
That's his
Abysmii, Ken
name.
Palestine get a restraining
His
order.
name is Israel Palestine.
As a restraining order against his heritage. Oh.
Oh, can we have a restraining order against bad episodes?
I think the audience needs that. Man.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe, everybody. God,
Oh,
you do
boy.
one intro. You do one intro that throws everybody off, and the whole episode is ruined. Boy, I thought you
it
guys were
really is what
professionals.
happened.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I thought you guys were professionals.
did we already say it hit me like a pile of bricks?
Yeah.
The lights were still off. The noise wasn't coming from the generator.
Ooh.
As I
It was-
turned around,
It's
I
coming
found
from
my...
my battery-operated dildo.
God damn it.
As I turned around, I found myself face to face with Slenderman. I mean, the creature that was producing the noise.
What if all the
Oh.
boxes were full of vibrators, and that's why they're all moving around?
Wait,
There's all my spare batteries.
It was freakishly tall, with
Uh-oh.
pale blue skin, not white,
Oh.
and glowing blue eyes, not no eyes.
it turned around, and it was like, I'm not Slender Man. I'm Blender Man. My OC.
Want a margarita?
Wait a minute, I'm Blender Man, my OC? He's his own OC.
Yes, that's precisely correct. I'm not Eyeless Jack. I'm my original character, Glowing Blue Eyes Jack.
I'm not Jeff the Killer. I'm Blue the Killer. It was suspended by what I first thought were legs, but were actually arms that stretched from its shoulders to the ground. It had no legs.
And then I realized it was Blue Eyes White Dragon.
God damn it.
But most disturbingly, it had no lower face. You mean it had no mouth?
No
No
lower
jaw?
face.
Yeah.
I have no mouth, but I must
Haunt
keep...
this dude's basement.
Yeah.
It was like the top part of a skull.
Panicking, I swung back around and thrust my arm back onto the pull cord, tugging it viciously and screaming.
Why?
As if that'll do something. I could feel the thing's breath on my neck, cold and moist, so he thinks getting the lights back on will make it go away.
Yeah, I mean, if you put in a line about not being able to get around it or something, you might think, okay, well, all you can try, but I would think, if it's something that's been letting you walk around, there would be that thought right away of bolting for the stairs or something. I don't know.
Also, he has a flashlight. Like, if light is what dispels this creature, why not just use that and hightail it out of there?
Yeah.
Guys, I have no idea what's going on.
I mean, I know what's going on. It's just very underwhelming.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone is blowing up like crazy.
Boy's blowing up my phone.
Elias is telling people about this episode's progress.
Oh, no.
They are not happy.
Damn it. Elias, you're supposed to keep secrets for us, buddy. I mean, we've had this discussion many, many times. You don't tell people about anything we say or do. Suddenly...
Or about that one episode that we lost.
I don't know what you're talking about. Suddenly,
No.
with that episode where we read the entirety of Dogscape,
The one episode where we read If You Live Near Shiloh, Alabama.
Yeah. Never see the light of day. Suddenly, with one final tug, the generator wheezed to life, lights coming on and power flooding the rest of the house. My Slim Pickens record started playing and the monster's head exploded. I'm sorry, again?
Absolute power flooding the house. All that I see.
Your blue monster.
God damn it. The ceiling lights blinded me for a second, and I raised my arms to shield my eyes. In that split second, I was able to witness the creature darting around the doorway, shrieking in a higher-pitched version of the generator buzz, just outside of the corner of my eye. If it's outside the corner of your eye, you didn't see it. The movement was instantaneous, like a bungee cord retracting. I like that. I like that visual. Pew! I like that visual from a comedic standpoint.
I could see that being used somewhere, just not in this particular context.
I like to picture the monster fleeing with like its crotch in the lead and everything else just folding behind it, like a bungee cord is pulling it, like pew!
And it makes that noise like whoop, 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 whew.
Yeah, exactly. I peeked outside, expecting to see it going up the stairs, but it never did. It's probably under the stairs.
Under the stairs. Before we finish out the story, because there's only a little left, I should say that...
That's the saddest Disney movie. Under the stairs. Under the stairs.
Under the stairs.
Down here it's darker. Down here it's lonely. Under the stairs.
I'm always under the stairs, by myself under the stairs. Here I am now, under the stairs, by
Please
myself.
send some food.
Eat my gun, pow!
Every mouse here tries to bite me under the stairs.
It's just played by Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what exactly I saw. Oh, yeah, so I should say that this feels like it's highly specific, like it's related to someone's experiences, like they're trying to describe their basement, but they're not doing the best job of describing their own basement.
Or maybe, like, this is very extremely embellishing what happened. They're like, it was kind of dim, but what if it was, like, pitch black? What would I do then? And they don't really have the experience to go on.
I would say that this could be somebody's actual experience from being in Hurricane Irma, if not for the generator being inside and things like that, where I would feel,
Yeah.
if it was a real experience, you would have, known that part.
I don't think it's a real experience. I think that they just saw something in the news and they were trying to write a story off of it, which is not a bad thing. I think the same way. But it doesn't have the credibility to it.
He saw something in the news. He saw a news report where it said, "Giant blue creature seeks respect and understanding." And he was like, I know what to do. Write a story about it.
I also feel like it would be better if we didn't see anything. Just there's a box sliding towards you, and then you're freaking out, and then nothing else happens. And it could be supernatural, it could be a monster, it could be a person. You don't know. It's just something's out there lurking.
I mean, yeah, imagine seeing a box moving around in the basement, and it's a very large box that could, support having a person inside of it moving around. And, going through the whole story and going to the end and saying, just as I thought, I never had a box like that in the basement. I mean, it's kind of a cliched thing, but, that does...
I wouldn't even say that that's cliche.
Yeah. It does have a certain, kind of new thing where it's like, Yeah, I don't think I've read a story about somebody hiding in your basement in a box. I mean, yeah.
What was that noise?
And you don't check it until later. The power comes back on, and then you go down, and there is no box, or you check inside the box, and there is something weird in there. There's just a bunch of cat food, and you don't own a cat.
And it's not in
Where
cans.
did all this cat food come from? Yes, not in cans. It's just a giant heaping pile of wet cat food.
Well, I hate to protract this even more, but you could have the narrator say that they have a large box in the basement. They know of the box, but the box is like moving around when they're down there. They're like, well, that's weird. They go down the next day. Oh, sorry. They go down the next day, check the box. Yes, it still is full of all the things that were in the box. But wait a minute. There are eye holes on the side. Sure. Everything's normal except for this one little detail that proves, oh wait, no, there was somebody down there.
Not to mention, you could play a lot with, and this story attempted to do it, to play with sound a bit. So it was like there was a downpour above the basement, and then when they went down, it gets muted, and then all they hear is the scraping of cardboard slowly in like small bursts across the floor, and they have no idea what the fuck that is. Like that would freak me out if I couldn't see anything. I would want to know what the hell that noise is.
I heard. Oh, go ahead.
What if the box? What if you work for the Girl Scouts and the box is filled with all of the cookies for Girl Scout season, and then you go down there and the box is moving, and you're like shit, and then you go upstairs, and then later you go back down and investigate, and there's a giant pile of like puke where it looks like a raccoon or something got in there and ate a bunch of the chocolate, and then you go look in the box, and the boxes of cookies are neatly opened by being cut open, like at the very edges,
right?
So implying that there is something with sentience that like very neatly opened all of it. So it wasn't a raccoon,
right?
It was the rake got hungry for Girl Scout cookies.
Even scarier, raccoons with switchblades.
Oh.
Raccoons
Can you
with
get
box
a
cutters,
restraining
actually.
order against raccoons? No.
Can you get a restraining order against raccoons with switchblades that have very stereotypical negative Spanish Mexican stereotypes?
Oh my god.
Why would they be the raccoons? Whatever.
They're raccoons, and they have the what do you call it? Like the dress shirts, not the dress shirts, the fucking flannel buttoned at the top, but not the rest of the way down. And
they
it
have
like flips out the switch. It's like, what you doing in your basement, Vato?
Oh my god. See, I wasn't gonna do a voice.
And we're back. There it goes.
Elias.
Tell me that that's not a great visual.
Elias, you know what to do, essay. But yeah,
Orderly.
we didn't finish the story though. But yeah,
No,
I don't exactly know what I saw, but I know it's still out there. If it moves during the day as fast as it did this morning, I know where it's gone. I don't know where it's. Who knows where it's gone or whether it's still there. But what I do know is that if it is, oh my god, still
have
there.
you finished the bottle by now?
Yeah, I already did.
Oh, okay.
That would explain.
It doesn't have long to wait. I've run out of gas cans to refill the generator, and I can't last much longer than a few hours at most.
You saw it this morning, and you've run out of cans already to fill the generator.
Maybe this is a metaphor for the Bush
see,
years of gas consumption. I don't know, man.
Here's the problem. He's not using them to fill the generator. He's huffing them.
Oh, that's
and
true.
He keeps forgetting to put them into the generator. So,
right.
No. Oh.
They like stumble upon him, and he's delirious, and he's just like, "There's a monster," and they're like, "Sir, how much gas have you drinking?" He's just drinking.
You don't drink gas, you huff it.
Not with that attitude.
DP, are you drinking gas right now? Did you lie to us, buddy? Did you say it was wine, but it's actually petrol?
Can we just keep reading the story? I don't know why we have to get so accusatory.
Oh, okay. Abysmii, this is
If you can... All right. I was going to say, if you can finish the paragraph, sure. When the light goes out, it'll come back to finish what it started. It waits until you're isolated, secluded in the darkness, and then it gets you.
How do you know?
Yeah,
How do you know
that's all
this?
speculation.
Maybe it just wanted to kiss. And then
Started out with a kiss. I was
damn
doing
it.
just fine. Just wanted a kiss. I didn't have a jaw, had glowing blue eyes. It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss.
It's
Now I'm
behind my
sliding over.
ass now
Yeah.
as I huff the gas now. Let me file a restraining order. Okay. And then it comes for everyone else. Again, how do you know? But
This just feels like the Black-Eyed Children or insert cryptid style story trying to make what sounds like a real experience and then insert generic monster. This has true scary story written all over it.
Somebody out there, write a creepypasta, write a story, write a fearfic about the black-eyed peas showing up to your house. Like you've won a contest, but you never entered a contest. There's no fanfare, there's no tour bus, it's just the black-eyed peas on your doorstep. And they come in your house and they just start singing and throwing shit around and, they won't leave.
If you're reading this and you live near Shiloh, please don't be cheap. Buy a generator. Stick it in your basement.
But
If
he
you
did, and
can't-
it's not helping him.
I know. It doesn't fucking do anything. If you can't, go somewhere that has power. I'm sure everyone would love to do that in a fucking hurricane. Do anything to stay in the light. Ooh, man.
As for the rest of you, I simply want to thank you for donating to those who have suffered loss from Irma. Oh, that's not threatening at all.
God knows they need all the help they can get.
Credits to TF2 Milk Toast, which is a very good descriptor for this story.
Yeah, it's exactly like Team Fortress 2. I turned around, the monster made a sound. It said, "You are a baby!"
The monster just comes up when you put this.
Sauce! Yeah, anyway.
He turns on the light, and then there's the box, and it slides across the floor, and he's like, oh! And then there's a hard hat floating above the box, and the engineer's head comes out. Nope.
Nope, yeah.
Nope.
Oh, man. Well, I couldn't get my sentry started, no matter how many times I pulled the cord, but yeah.
Man.
It wasn't a bad story, it was just a, maybe, I guess, run-of-the-mill story? Would that be unfair to say? I don't know.
Very.
For real, it was a very milquetoast story.
Yeah, it's just I've read so many like this. It has some beat to it. It has dark, spooky basement. Can't see anything, but just I think a lot of authors fall into that trap of what if I had a weird, vaguely described, almost Lovecraftian monster in it for reasons without actually following kind of Lovecraftian guidelines.
Well, the context is key because the thing is, if this creature had anything to do with anything that was previously stated, that would have made the story, in my mind, it would have saved the story, and it would have been, it would have saved it from being humdrum. I mean, you could have the issues with it that we had, but it would have sort of made it, at the end, it would have been worth it. If it had been related to the cobwebs and spider egg sacs that the guy found down there, if it had been related to the storm, if it had been something that, had been blown in on the storm, I don't know how that would work, but whatever. Like a Sharknado, but with monster,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Why is this taking place during Irma? Yeah. Was this written during Irma? This could happen in so many other situations, and the hurricane really doesn't mean anything. It's just an excuse to have your lights go out. Dude, that happens every day, a storm or not. So, you could put this during any natural disaster. I don't know. It doesn't connect.
I mean, you could easily say that there was a window in the cellar, a small window. When he went down there, it was shattered, and there was a creature in there that was rain-slicked, in the corner, like it had come in from the storm. That would even sell it, a little bit. But, any relation at all would have, I don't know.
I would have liked to have seen, maybe this is a person that's coming to a neighborhood post-storm, and they're visiting all the houses, and the owners are like, yeah, I tried hiding in my basement, but weird shit happened. And then it turns out it happened like on every house on the block, and they all have almost a kind of a connecting thread of just some weird thing that stalks people's basements during times of terror and tragedy. There's your new cryptid thing, but that's at least specific enough to have a motif to it and not just be generic monster.
I hate to say it, but we could go back to what we were joking about at the beginning, and that actually would work, where we could say, no, not at the very beginning, at the beginning of the story. We're not going to talk about that again. As much as I want to just say the words, the two words that go together.
No.
But yeah, if we go back to the beginning of the story when we were joking around, everything about this story could have remained exactly the same, even the creature, if there was something at the end saying, that his neighbors, reported similar types of creatures that were all different but similar.
Yeah.
And had something where he says, wow, that really was a freak storm. Emphasis on the freaks.
Well, and he spends a lot of time at the bookends of the story saying, hey, this is a warning to everyone affected by the hurricane.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're waiting for some link to be established,
right?
But it really doesn't exist.
If you live near Shiloh, watch out for the monsters. That would be somebody hire me to write like music for a commercial for Shiloh for tourism.
Just write country music. It's very easy.
If you live near Shiloh, you better watch out for monsters.
Never go to Alabama. Basements are haunted.
Yep.
I don't know that this is country music. I think that this is just really generic music with a southern accent.
So country music.
Hit or miss. I bet they never miss, huh? Y'all got a husband, I bet it doesn't kiss ya.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Lenore Rosenperkin had just gotten out of a bad relationship with her abusive ex-husband. She moved into a small ranch-style house just outside of Shiloh, Alabama.
Wow, this house sure is safe from my abusive ex-husband and his cartel of Hyundai car dealers, and the wallpaper is so yellow.
Everything was fine until a massive dump clogged up her toilet.
Hello, Mr. Landlord? My massive dump clogged up the toilet, and now I'm not sure how to fix it. This movie takes place in 1995, and Bing.com isn't a thing yet.
I'll be over in a jiffy. Just air out the basement. I'll need to take a look at your pipes.
But this building is under sea level. It shouldn't have a basement.
She's about to find out that she has an eerie basement.
Was this cellar door always here? My silly little lady memory feels lost.
She's about to find out that her basement is hiding a deep, dark secret.
What is that person-sized box doing down here?
She's about to find out that not all boxes stay still.
Yikes. Oh, it's just a bunch of snakes in a box. But wait, was that door always there?
She's about to find out that that door wasn't always there.
Where's this going?
She's about to find out that yellow wallpaper is thinner than she expected.
Oh, the fluffy yellow wallpaper is even here in this long, odd, non-Euclidean basement hallway. But what's with this dead end? There's nothing there.
She's about to find out that that yellow wallpaper is thinner than she expected.
Oh my.
This Halloweeny, get ready for Glory Hall. Rated PG. My God, this is the biggest dump I've ever seen.
Hey, if you want to get into synthesizers, and no you don't because you'll lose all your goddamn money, check out Sonic State. It's a YouTube channel that I watch a lot because they have really, really good synth tutorials, and they also have really good music that accompanies it. So if you just want to listen to synthesizers, also really cool shit to do. Very relaxing, very engaging. So yeah.
You said it was Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog is a really good retro wave band that I follow on YouTube.
Is he young?
No, he's like 55.
So he's not a Sonic youth.
No, not a Sonic youth.
God damn it.
I only have one more question about this.
Okay.
That I think needs to be clear. What is a synth?
A synth is a synthetic humanoid that you play like an instrument.
Oh, this is your dumb sci-fi bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The future is now, Dead Palette.
Can you file a restraining order against a synthetic human?
No, but you can file a complaint with customer service.